Basically, Chase Anderson reached out to Blake in February. We had a conversation with him in March. We went down to Discovery Day in Texas, had lunch with Mark, Mike, and Megan, Matt, and Chase. Blake and I came back, shut our offices down in April, went back to Texas in May for training, and launched in June. All right, top revenue producer, Karen, 3355. Great job there. That's a really good week. I feel like you needed that one. That was awesome. Package rate, 60%. Very good there.
Matt had top visits, 13 attempted, 11 completed. Seems pretty good there, huh, Matt? All right, 10-3, not bad considering we were out for a few days there too. Pacing 55.7. Nothing wrong with that, guys. Karen, 1.8 PPNA. Good work. I think it just correlates with the package rate there, so good week for you.
So a couple things I think that we'll kind of hit on the annual meeting there a little bit, not all at once, but one of the bigger things I think we walked away from is just the marketing to activate a decent amount of referral partners in like 90 days, you know? So the one thing that, and you guys have probably heard us say this, but the one thing that's fantastic about Goosehead is that they really, like the corporate office and now with a large franchise agency force out there is a lot of data to collect, and on the corporate side, they're able to implement certain processes, hold those folks accountable to it, make changes on what works, or keep what works and then throw out what doesn't. So I think, what's ironic about it all is it comes back to what me and Blake know, is that we used to, market in the morning and bind and quote in the afternoon. So couple of things I know that I took out of it here, guys, is I think I'm gonna dive more into the Salesforce just because they updated it. I'm gonna make it an effort to at least talk with you guys for 15 to 30 minutes 3 to 5 times a week to just make sure we're doing what we need to do as far as the marketing. We're utilizing the Salesforce the way it should be with those updates. And I'm gonna push you guys to like really manage your time. So here's the other thing, which is kind of exciting through all this, is you figure, like, look around at us right now. We're 5 people, right? So the excitement through this all, and it's like, is there so much opportunity even for us right now? You guys are so early on. Like, me and Blake aren't gonna go off track on all this, but guys, I've hustled internet leads and I fucking have done this stuff for the last 17 years. It is a burnout after a while of the hustle, as you know. But can you do it for the next 5-6 years? Yeah, that's sustainable. Then you get people underneath you, you build them out, you teach them how to do it. Blake just told you how many people we need to get to our goal. So, there's obviously a bunch of opportunity. I look at that, I'm like, all right, that's exciting. It's not like I think the job and where we're going gets harder in different ways. Not just like the daily grind of the 50 calls, right? Because like Karen, as we know, it can be very exhausting to do that time in and time out. But in order to get to where we need to go, it's a proven system too. All right, what's up, guys? Hope you've had a fantastic day. So I have a lot of conversations with people thinking about coming to Goosehead, or they ask me how I got here. And basically, Chase Anderson reached out to Blake in February. We had a conversation with him in March. We went down to Discovery Day in Texas, had lunch with Mark, Mike, and Megan, Matt, and Chase. Blake and I came back, shut our offices down in April, went back to Texas in May for training, and launched in June. So for us, it was a very, very quick decision. In a nutshell, that's how we got here. There's a lot of stuff that happened before the fact that made it happen that fast, but if you were wondering, that's how quick we made the move to Goosehead. So talk to you guys soon. Okay, what's up guys? So as you may or may not know, our office pretty much covers the Southeast. So from North and South Carolina, Virginia, Maryland, Georgia, and Florida. And it kind of came up today when I was reshopping a Florida client where I was kind of out loud, just kind of going through some guidelines and sharing what we look for regarding his home and what we're up against, because he's got a tile roof that's over 20 years old in Florida. So that kind of narrows some options, as some will only write up to 20 years. Some are a lot longer. But anyways, so he was asking me how I keep all that straight with the different guidelines and all the different companies we write with. And basically what we do is we have a little carrier knowledge base chart that hits a lot of the high points and the most common things that come up as far as underwriting guidelines. So easiest one, a handful of things out there is obviously HVAC, electrical, plumbing types that are ineligible, roof guidelines, pools, trampolines. Pools aren't necessarily a big issue, but if it has a diving board or a slide, some companies don't like it. It becomes ineligible. Certain breeds of dogs are ineligible with certain companies in certain states. Well, maybe they'll exclude liability in another state. So what helps us is we're able to kind of ask those questions on the front end, use that quick reference chart while we're quoting everybody, and match them up with the company who not only has the best price and best coverages for those coverages, but we're also in a spot where we're going to place them with a company who will accept their situation. So it is different amongst all companies. I had them ask me, how do they view solar panels? And that's different across the board too, depending on what company you're looking at. It also changes amongst states. So some companies have different guidelines in North Carolina than they do in South Carolina. So anyways, we're just in a spot where we have a little chart. We can reference the most common things very, very quickly, and that allows us to find the best option for folks without having to kind of hang up, research things, and figure it out. So not that we don't do that, because there are some situations that come up that take a little bit more time and effort just to match up, and usually the situations involve multiple things. So maybe they have a diving board, a trampoline, and who knows what else going on, and a 20-year roof. So we got to match all that stuff up, make sure that we're offering them a rate with a company who's going to accept all that stuff. So if you have any questions regarding any of that, eligibility concerns, let me know. There is always one way to find out if a company's going to take it, because I've had people reach out to me that were written by other agents, and not to say that we don't miss them or things aren't disclosed, but the worst thing that we can do as agents is ignore that stuff on the front end, because ultimately what happens is, and it comes back around, is that the client buys a new house, they close, they're trying to move in boxes, they've just went through this exhausting process, and then 30 days into being in the new house, they get a cancellation letter because they have a trampoline in the back. And that particular company doesn't write home insurance policies for folks that have trampolines. So anyways, guidelines are a big deal to insurance companies. Occupancy is a big deal, whether it's a primary, secondary, rental, if it's a short-term Airbnb, VRBO, all that stuff matters. So we try to hedge a lot of that stuff on the front end so that down the road, there's no cancellation notices sent. So hope this helps, guys. Give me a shout. Hope you're doing well. Don't forget, text me 704-285-0992. Thank you all for subscribing to the channel. It means a lot to us. We're trying to bump up that number. So if you haven't yet subscribed, please hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you guys soon. Okay guys, here's a quick update on the Mahoney challenge. So I've forgot to film each and every single day. Mainly it started when me and Alana went to the tool shows, and that was followed by me flying to Dallas to go to our annual meeting. So we're now on day 16, and there's 3 Mahoneys left. So me, Alana, and Avery. So the 2 younger ones bailed out. They said that they now officially have gotten rid of everything they don't use, and there's still probably a million other things in their bedroom that they don't use, but they say they do. So and then Christy was out too, so it's me, Avery, and Alana are still in, and I gotta say it's getting a little bit tough now, but I'll keep you guys updated. Day 16. Okay, what's up guys? So today is a very, very special day for a couple of reasons. It's February 20th, so my youngest daughter Adeline turned 5 today. It will also be remembered as one of the pivotal points of when me and Blake kind of started our Goosehead career. Fortunately for Christy and I, Adeline was our 4th daughter, and about 30 minutes after she was born, we were on the phone talking with Chase and figuring out when we were going to go to Discovery Day in March, and essentially get things moving with Goosehead. And it ended up being one of those things that Christy and I look at every year, look back to every year, and kind of chuckle and think, wow, who could jump on a phone call 30 minutes after a baby is born? But by that time she was a pro. We had it dialed in, we were good, and thank God for that phone call, because it's really changed the direction of our lives, Blake's lives. Our career path was forever changed there, so we are extremely, extremely grateful for that day. So sometimes I say that Adeline is our little Goosehead baby, so maybe that's why she's so close to me, and we share a lot of laughs and hang out a lot together. We're like best little buddies. So anyways guys, I hope you enjoy that story. It's one that we always look back to and laugh and thank God for. So hope you guys are having a great day, evening, morning. Text me, subscribe to the channel. My text line is 704-285-0992, 704-285-0992. Share a good story with me. We'd love to hear it. There's a lot of good ones out there. I know you got one. So leave it in the comments, shoot me a message, subscribe to the channel. We'll see you soon.